Hello, and welcome to my Environmental Education, a Global Perspective, Module 2 Challenge, Plant Blindness presentation. My selected location is the ecosystem from last week, Push Ridge Wilderness, specifically the Finger Rock Trail. I began my observations at 8:17 in the morning. The sky was clear, the air was crisp, slightly breezy, and it was 58 degrees Fahrenheit. I spent a moment of silence to quiet my mind and deeply connect with nature. This week, we have the exciting opportunity to explore 5 fascinating plants in our area. As we journey through this presentation, I want to be transparent about a few disclosures. For 4 of the 5 photos, I will serve as the scale reference. I stand about 5 feet 10 inches tall. Each plant we examine will be highlighted through a few key characteristics such as size and shape, leaf structure, fragrance, flowers, or fruit, or if there's any visitors on the plants. I will also provide some additional relevant information on a few plants to deepen our understanding. To ensure clarity, the scientific name for each plant will be displayed beneath its common name, recognizing that some pronunciations can be tricky. Join me as we delve into the remarkable world of these plants. The first plant identified by way of the Seek app is the blue palo verde, and it is a native plant to the southwest. Palo verde, translating as green pole or stick, is a testament to resilience with its skeletal-like structure and absence of leaves. This tree stands about 6 feet tall. These trees, with their green trunks and branches, may not have a noticeable fragrance, but they certainly have a remarkable ability to fend off pests. As one local expert notes, quote, Palo verde trees are not known for having many diseases that threaten them, but it is often insect pests that put the tree's health at risk. This iconic desert tree must fend off several insect pests to survive in the harsh desert, end quote. This plant's bloom in season with bright yellow flowers, a sight to behold in the peak season of April. The second identified plant is the ocotillo, a stunning sight with its tall, outstretched branches adorned with thorns and green leaves that emerge in spring. The branches of this particular one reach heights of 12 to 14 feet into the desert air, a majestic display. The ocotillo also produces vibrant red flowers at the tips of its branches, adding a pop of color to the desert landscape. As children, we would pick the pistils from these flowers and suck on them. They have a sweetness reminiscent of honeysuckle. Ocotillos are native to the southwest, but can grow past the southern border into northern Mexico. Their peak season is March, and they drop slightly in April before going dormant in June. This ocotillo had no signs of visitors, no pests or parasites. The third plant identified is an allergy sufferer's worst nightmare, the desert bloom. This native plant produces pollen that can trigger unpleasant allergy symptoms during its pollination season, which occurs 3 times a year. These highly pollination periods are in April, October, November, and December. The desert bloom typically grows about 6 feet tall. In the same order as sunflowers, this plant, though often overlooked, possesses a unique beauty. Its leaves, when they emerge, are small, measuring only a few centimeters, but they are thick, adding to its distinct charm. There's no apparent fragrance from this plant. Luckily for me, I am not allergic to it, or it might have been a rough day. The fourth plant identified is the catclaw acacia. This 12-foot tree is located in a dry riverbed. This species can be seen from northern Mexico throughout Arizona and into the southern parts of Utah. It also grows from Texas to California and down through Baja California. The catclaw's leaf structure is small and fan-like. The leaves are vibrant green and they open up to greet the morning sun. The fifth and final plant I identified was familiar to both me and those who viewed my post last week. I returned to the same barrel cactus for 2 reasons. First, it is a stunning example of its species. Second, it is endangered, and I wanted to raise awareness about the vulnerable state it is in and bring that awareness to everyone that can watch the video. Officially, it is called the fishhook barrel cactus, a fishhook for its curved thorns that fishhooks mimic. This one stands about 34 inches tall and 12 inches wide. As the stock image shows on the previous slide, the barrel cactus can bloom, and its peak season is February, so it appears my cactus has gone through the season. This plant does not have leaves traditionally, it just has some blooms at the top each season. There were no visible parasites or any other visitors to this plant. It is also fragrance-free. The thorns, however, will make for a harrowing experience should one find its way into your skin. My favorite feature of the barrel cactus is its use in biomimicry to create energy-efficient buildings. By mimicking its shape and how it regulates temperature, we can mimic its temperature regulation in structures that we build. This building in Qatar is a real-life example of the move towards sustainability through biodiversity and biomimicry. Reflecting on my experience, as I look around the landscape, there was a significant amount of species around me, more than I would have ever noticed before. I attempted to capture new species to me versus familiar ones, such as a saguaro cactus. The most surprising was the cat claw acacia plant. As an elementary student, I used to walk to school taking shortcuts through the desert. I would regularly find what we called a cat claw. I was unaware until today that the artifact we were picking up did not actually come from the cat claw acacia. I guess our parents weren't so truthful at that point. I am moving to the borders of the state park. I plan on keeping and using this app as I work the ranch and ride the state park to further my knowledge on what plants and species are around in my ecosystem. Thank you.